welcome back to my channel. This is Jess. Today I thought we would do a pick card reading on what are the external influences, the outside energy that is impacting this connection. So I do have 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. If you need a moment longer to pick your pile, go ahead and pause it here. Otherwise, I'm going to get started with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1, their little meditating Jesus figure. And in case it matters to you, on the bottom it says, I don't know if you guys can see that, but seek ye first the kingdom of God. So, maybe religion is a factor in this. Actually, I kind of have religious trinkets here, so, in general. Okay. All right, so the overall state of the connection is the Queen of Wands. So I'm guessing that this is an exciting connection. There might be a lot of sexual attraction between the two of you. Still some nurturing energy here with the Queen energy. You guys could have some arguments between you. There could be this feisty, fiery, almost Martian energy. You know, Mars rules anger, but it also rules sex. So I'm just getting a lot of like Martian energy here where emotions are involved and you guys maybe knock heads about things. And again, it could be religion with the religious trinket here. Or, but there's also just this sexual vibe between the two of you. You're both really attracted to one another. And there is a sense of just... there is a sense of fruitfulness to this connection and sweetness, like with the little hummingbird here that I'm seeing. But it's like, it does feel like that sweetness and that beauty kind of comes at a cost. I'm just noticing the flower down here that's being dropped from the bouquet. So yeah, just a lot of tension maybe here in this connection. Not that it's necessarily always uncomfortable to deal with, because at times I think it's actually very comfortable. But there could be something about this connection, maybe having this person's attention or them having your attention makes them feel powerful in some kind of a way. Yeah, let's see. Anything else? What is the state of this connection? Let's clarify that here. Okay, so I was kind of getting emotional energy because the Queen of Wands is Pisces Aries cusp. And so that is watery, and again, Pisces ruled by Neptune, that is, it is kind of a spiritual energy. So I think there might be some kind of spiritual element to this connection. And this is clarified by the 6 of Cups. So this, and definitely in this deck, this is the energy of reminiscing, of feeling sad about something, feeling distant. I do think that... maybe you guys are at a distance. Maybe this didn't work out. Maybe you're thinking about this person in your memories. Maybe they're thinking a lot about you. Children could be involved in this. Maybe you guys did have a family. Maybe they have children. You have children. The 6 of Cups is a card of children. So there could be some kind of disagreements on children. Maybe even, you know, religious, spiritual aspects of children. What's best for children. And that's rooted in some kind of spirituality. But there's an emphasis on female energy here in this connection. And in the masculine, I'm almost seeing this dragon as like embodying that. And he's got a sly little look on his face. And then he's like not turned here. So I feel like maybe the masculine energy is in and out with the Wands energy. And then the dragon wants to keep you for themselves, but maybe struggles to commit, and then leaves you in this energy of missing and reminiscing Yeah, it's almost like you're a prize too to this person. But they kind of come in and out whenever they want. I don't know if you guys are familiar with push-pull. Like, that's one of those, you know, those nasty, like, pickup artist things? And there's, like, a push-pull thing, and it's definitely got a psychological effect where, you know, if, and this is, like, almost like behaviorist psychology as well. So, like, if they give you a crumb and you get used to it, it creates almost like this addiction, you know, where you crave their attention, you crave their approval. And I feel like maybe that's the situation here, and that's what's contributing to the fights, and that's what's also contributing to the sexual desire. And it's really like this hijacking of your psychological functions, maybe. I'm not saying that there's nothing, that it's not real between the two of you, but I do think there's some kind of behavior on the masculine's part that's really hooked into the feminine in some way. And they might promise you kind of power, status. They might promise you, well, one day we'll be able to be together and I'll fly you over this town and everybody's going to see that we're together and that you're my queen. But then this person, that never seems to happen, maybe. So what are the outside influences on this connection? We've got the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Death card. So first of all, it could be children. There could be children involved with the Page of Pentacles. And I'm thinking this could be a young child that still has a lot of growth in their development ahead of them and requires some kind of family, stable structure. And the Nine of Cups is fulfillment, but there's an individualized kind of aspect to that. So maybe the two of you are individuals. You're not really congealing together as a couple quite yet. Or you haven't really been able to. Maybe your fulfillment, what fulfills the two of you, is different. And maybe that's why there's some clashes too. And then the Death card. So, and I'm just noticing these two doors behind this person. And this, you know, this string, this connection, I do feel like, you know, it could be hanging on its last thread. There could have been a death in this relationship where, like, this person left. I really think the masculine energy leaves. And so this person could have left, and you're wondering if this is the last time. And it could be. This is a very, like, I'm just seeing this being a very fragile state. Death is also, this is a major arcana card. So this is a heavy, heavy energy here. And, but also the core obstacle is in the middle. So I really do think that it's like children, it's them, it's legacy building, it's some kind of Pentacles energy, like status, and, you know, they're trying to build their estate. And so I don't know if this is a third party situation and this person has a family elsewhere or just a child elsewhere. But there's some kind of, whatever they're building in the material world, they feel like might be negatively affected by this connection, and they're not sure that you're fitting into their plans in that way. So with the Death card here, especially being major arcana, this is Scorpionic energy. And Scorpio is, it rules sex, it rules the genitals, it rules obsession, it rules deep diving, detective work, transformation, deep psychological issues. So there could be some just deep psychological issues and patterning that you guys are both bringing to the surface for one another. There could be sexual obsession here. And maybe that makes this person wonder if there's anything else to this connection. Although, I don't know, I'm not really feeling that so strongly. Let me just get some clarifiers for these. Okay. So Temperance is clarifying the Nine of Cups. I'm seeing this as some kind of spirituality. And again, with the differences, you have the fire and water imagery here and trying to mix the two of them. And this is really a divine process, mixing fire and water, because fire and water is a vertical connection, right? When you think of astrology, we're told, fire and air signs go together and water and earth signs go together. Those are horizontal connections, right? Those things mix definitely in the realm of humanity. But in tarot, like the Queen of Wands here, right? Pisces, Aries, water, fire, right? Vertical dimension. All of the court cards mix vertical dimensional elements, right? Not easy connections. And again, it's like this internal mix. So there's something like about the two of you that's fire and water. And I do think this is a soul connection. And I do think that, but it's difficult. It can be difficult in the material realm. So it's like the two of you come together and then you come apart, and it sparks this period of individual reflection. And maybe even adds to your own emotional fulfillment. Like you're happy being apart, but you're also happy being together. You wish this could work. It's just, we haven't quite mastered this yet. And the cards don't say whether or not it's wise to continue doing that in this lifetime. The cards don't say, I'm not seeing this here, whether or not you're supposed to, but just definitely this is a spiritual process that the two of you are involved in. This dance that you're doing. But it's very difficult, And you could have mastered this within yourself. And it's just the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So it's like, whatever is internal and external kind of matches and mirrors. So it could be that you're working on this as an individual, and that's being mirrored and reflected to you in this external world through this relationship, this mixing of fire and water, this mixing of the emotional passion drives, right, inside of you and in this relationship. Definitely I'm seeing this as a child now, because the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups. This is pure divine love. This could be, it could even be a new child on the way. I am thinking just a very young child. But definitely some type of like loving relationship. I think it's a child. I mean, it could be a family here too. Like a family situation. That's actually pretty loving. Like, I don't know what's going on where this person has like, a very loving, stable family life, but they're in and out of your life. And let me know if that resonates. Because what an interesting, mental state that's got to be, So the Death card is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Now, Scorpionic energy rules wealth. And again, I'm seeing a lot of stability energy. And the Four of Pentacles can be a card that talks about wealth. This person could be protecting their wealth. They're protecting what they've built in the physical world. And it's like, I don't know, I always get like the Four of Pentacles kind of reminds me of like an emperor wannabe a little bit. So I do think that this person's like, they're protecting what they've built here. And they're cutting out like things, pruning, like the death process where you kind of go around and you cause death to things that you think are going to mess up your garden, So I think this is pruning. I'm seeing the Death card is pruning there. So, and what are the physical effects of this? How do these external energy manifest? How does it impact this connection? How do these influences impact this connection? And all these cards that come out want to be read in the upright. Yeah, I mean, just as you would expect, this person is focusing on legacy building, on their home life. What's interesting to me about this card is it doesn't necessarily, I know this is supposed to be the pinnacle of pentacles, right? And But this doesn't necessarily strike me as a very happy card. I don't know if you can see, like, her face doesn't look very happy. She's looking at him, he's looking off, but they've clearly built a lot together. The child is like clinging to the mother here. This old man is approaching them from behind. Nobody really sees him coming, but it's very deeply rooted. Maybe this is a happy situation, but basically the way that this is impacting this connection is this person spends their time here. They're putting eggs into this basket. They're always going to come back to this, right? This is very substantial. I don't know if this relationship, like they have a business together, maybe. It's like these lives are deeply rooted. I don't know if this person comes from a family that, like, they own several businesses in town and people know their family name. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody whose stability, whose groundedness, whose pentacles, whose earth energy is tied to the rootedness of, like, family, you know, and legacy and tradition. And with the Ace of Swords, I mean, they're cutting things out. And I'm definitely with the Death card up here, you know, they're cutting things out to preserve this. They'll cut anything out, basically, in order to preserve their wealth and their status. This might be a kind of a cold energy kind of a person. There's something with their mindset, a mindset that would allow for this situation to unfold that seems very cold, you know, and that the way that they look at the world is somewhat different. It accommodates this kind of situation, because I don't think this person sees themselves as a bad person. And of course, the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling. And it's interesting that we've got the Pentacles energy here. That seems very important to this person. You know, it's almost like they're living a double life, and their emotions are kind of all over the place. And they dress up how they need to for each life, you know, they're just trying to balance both. And I think they tell some tall tales with the hat there. Because they have to, right? In order to keep all of this together, in order to keep all of this from falling apart, there's no way that you can do that in a truthful way. None of this says, like, you know, truthfulness. You know, none of this is like, I mean, you have the Ace of Swords here. That is truthfulness, but I think it's, you know, this is like them saying the harsh reality. This is the harsh reality of the situation, and whenever it is needed, they're going to cut things out in order to preserve this this setup that they've got going on in the world. So I think that's all I've got for you. Pile number 1, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm so interested to hear about your situations. If you do feel comfortable and safe leaving a comment, I would definitely appreciate it. And you know, this sounds like a real bear of a situation to deal with, and I hope that things get better, and that you know, that you come out of this in a way that is most fulfilling for you, and that the highest good prevails, as always. So thank you so much, pile 1. All right, pile 2. Let's see what external circumstances are influencing your connection. All right, pile 2. All right, pile 2. So the overall state of your connection, let me just shuffle this deck really quick in case I need some clarifiers. All right, false start, penalty on the field. So the Ace of Swords is the overall energy of your connection. This is, I feel like, some kind of severance. And I do feel like somebody was faced with a harsh truth and decided to sever this connection. I kind of want to say that it's the feminine energy, but it could be, honestly, either one of you. And so yeah, I do think that this is a time of a new beginning and a time of healing after some kind of storm, some kind of tower moment that caused you to almost be enlightened to the reality of this situation, or at least elements and aspects of it that you weren't aware of before. So I'm just going to clarify this to see if I'm getting anything else for the overall. Oh, okay. Got 2 cards here. Oh boy. So this person could have been married here with the King of Cups energy, and with the Death card, the 2 people in the back, I'm seeing, maybe you realized you were part of a third party situation. Maybe you realized that this person wasn't taking you seriously. Maybe this person was treating you like an object, treating you like a thing. You thought that there was love here, and maybe there is love behind the scenes, but like out in public, this person was treating you like a pet and like a plaything, like some kind of sexual object, and you weren't having that. You realized that maybe the way that this person was portraying themselves as someone successful and loving and very empathetic, it was actually maybe more of a facade, and you felt very dissatisfied. Maybe you learned that this person was having some kind of an affair, or you could have learned that this person had an established relationship elsewhere. But I'm seeing that the way that you viewed this person changed in a dramatic way. And this person, maybe you thought this person was in it for love here with the King of Cups, and realized that it was more just about sex. So, what are the external influences that are impacting this situation? Again, there's some similarities maybe with Pile 1. I don't know if that's going to resonate with you, because with the Page of Cups, pages are oftentimes children. This could be a child. And with the Eight of Cups, this is the core obstacle. It's this person's walking away from emotion in order to get to the clarity of air that's in the mountains. So that's definitely what we described up here, right? Is that you got a jolt of some kind of air quality, some kind of information that couldn't be denied, that kind of trumped the emotional part of this. Maybe you're walking away from this, what you thought was a loving situation. And honestly, it could be more intuitive now. And I get, this is my divine channel card as well. So you could just suspect that something is off with this person, that something is off with this connection. This could be very intuitive right now. And you're like, I need to walk away in order to get some clarity because I don't trust myself in this situation. But you don't put up with nonsense. And you're ready to cut something out if need be. And you're ready to change your perspective on this person if need be. You're very strong. I'm definitely getting that. And this could be your child. Like, you could have a child to think of where you're like, I'm not about to be bringing some clown up around my kids. You know, mess with me, that's one thing. And that you're going to be sorry that you did. But not even that, because it's not that energy of like, oh, I'm going to make you pay. It's just, I don't put up with that. Just point blank. You definitely are not messing around with your kid. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is like your own stability, your own fulfillment. You're not going to let this person come in your life and mess up your situation, because maybe it took you a while to get stable. Maybe you worked really hard for what you have. You could be a single parent and you have built some kind of stability for your child, and you're like, I'm not going to be taking this relationship to the next level. I don't want to introduce you to my kid. I don't want to move in with you. I don't want to sign contracts because I worked really hard for this and I'm not putting it on the line when I don't know who you are. Because this is a lot of it's not that you're not an emotional person. You have a lot of love here. Okay? And this, like, also, the Page of Cups is just really flirty sort of energy. This person could be a bit flirtatious. Maybe you saw this person getting a little flirtatious with someone, and that's what sparked this intuition, this intuitive hit of like, whoa, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I don't want to play with this. And it just left a really bad taste in your mouth. And you're like, no, I'm going to leave this situation because I have too much on the line here. Because it's not that you're not an emotional person. It's just that you are not going to let that quality of water, right, can really make people delusional. I'm thinking of the energy of Neptune here. Neptune is the planetary ruler of Pisces. And Neptune is known for being that higher octave of Venus. And it can be very deluding. It's the energy of the siren that lures sailors to their death with promises of beauty and love, and this very beautiful siren that's going to be everything they've ever wanted. And you're not about that life. I don't know what your past situation is, but you might have learned that the hard way, and you learned your lesson, you learned it well. And you're like, I know that I feel all these things for you. I feel like you're wildly attracted to this person, and you really think that you guys could have it all. You guys could have, I think that you think that you guys can have, you know, a loving relationship, very passionate sex, lots of power. You guys could be a power couple. You guys could have, there could be some wealth building in this relationship. It's very, very promising. But hey, you are one strong cookie, I gotta say. You are one strong cookie showing up here. So I don't feel like I actually need to clarify anything here. Maybe I'm just going to clarify the Page of Cups real quick. Page of Cups. All right, the Eight of Cups. I mean, this is the second time we've gotten the Eight of Cups. I feel like you're not sure about your feelings for this person. You know? Maybe you just don't trust, like, who you're attracted to. And you're like, is there anything else more than this, you know? And again, the same thing that I was saying about the flirting, like, you could have seen someone flirting and then they're like, oh, no, that was nothing, honey. Like, don't leave. I love you. And it's confusing and you don't know. You need to, you know, be able to clear your head. Yeah. So how do these external influences impact the relationship? Any card that comes out wants to be read in the upright. For pile. Okay. Okay. So how are these external influences impacting your relationship? Well, they're definitely causing some reflection. Definitely on your part. I feel like on this person's part as well. You're trying to see, I do feel like you've invested some time into this, maybe more time than you're used to investing. And you're really trying to see this for what it is here. You are definitely trying to get to the truth of the matter. And decide whether or not this is a success or a failure. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is all about. Determining, you know, you're reflecting, you're looking at what you've planted and looking at your harvest here. Is this a success? Is this a failure? Do I want to keep going with this or not? What's the best decision? But it's slow moving and it's reflective. I see a ton of reflection in this pile on your part, the part of the viewer. I'm really thinking it's you. I mean, if flip the energies if that needs to happen, but I really think that you are reflecting a lot. That's probably why you're here in the first place. And you are ready to take action with the red tunic here. You are ready, and with the red on the feet, whatever you decide, and you're going to take your time deciding it, and I feel like you have no problem withdrawing in order to decide. And honestly, that's more information for you to collect about this person to see how they're going to react to this. You could have a crush on someone else too. This just came up in, like, it could just be like a little crush. This could be you having a little crush on someone else. But I see that you are thinking about your own well-being here. You are a very independent person, and you're going to make your decision. You're going to take your time, and you're ready to move and take action. You're ready to start over. This relationship, especially with the death card up here, it's not going to be the same as it was before. I do think that there's a certain longing created from this. Like, if you did walk away from this person, you definitely could be missing the sex. It could make you feel more sexually drawn to this person, because I think you know that you like that part of it. I think you know that there's, like, you just don't want to be deluded by it, you know? I think it's making this person, especially if you're dealing with someone in like a male body, because this, I mean, look what that is. It's making them want you more. They like seeing you stand up in your power. And I do think they want to, like, if there is competition, they want to, like, take out the competition. I do think that it's making them see you as a more stable partner. They could feel like this is further away, though. Building a house together. But again, with the truth card here, you're really trying to get to the truth of the matter, and you were ready to cut someone out. And again, this was the same message for pile number 1, so there could be messages for you in there too. You're ready to cut someone out if need be. Because there are certain things that you're just not willing to overlook. The mountains in the background, that talks about, like, there are just there's facts. Facts are facts. And it's interesting that you have the Ace of Swords here twice, because you have the Eight of Cups energy here twice, and you have the Ace of Swords here energy twice. The overall state of the connection, and also how these external influences are impacting your connection. Getting to the heart of the matter, and you're prepared to cut somebody out. So you guys sound like powerhouses, honestly, like group 2. Please do let me know if this resonated in the comments, if you feel so comfortable. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys in my next reading. Bye, pile 2. Okay. Pile number 3. We just do some shuffling here before we get started, so you can go ahead and fast forward through this part. Whew. Let me just shuffle this other deck in case I want to clarify. Okay, so pile 3, right off the bat, sorry about these cards. Gossip. So the current state of this relationship is the Five of Wands here. This card clearly says gossip to me. I don't know if the two of you, this feels more like a group dynamic, if you know this person from a group, but there's gossip. That is the defining characteristic of your relationship. There could be a lot of middlemen in between the two of you. Lots of games of telephone. Like if you're standing here and this person's standing here, lots of games of telephone. You have lots of different interpretations, lots of overlays. People aren't minding their business. And meanwhile, emotions are boiling over. The fires, the floor's on fire. The cats are all a mess. And I mean, yeah. There's not a whole lot of clarity in this situation. There could be some arguments, some quarreling, some fights, and there could be some distance between the two of you, and that's why maybe you guys aren't speaking to each other directly, but there's like a group of people involved, a coven. Maybe this is some kind of social group that you're both a part of, and everybody's got an opinion on the matter, and you talk to some people. You talk to Sandy and Martha talked to Tracy and Susan, and, then Susan had to tell Emily, and Emily told your person, and you know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy here. And definitely some quarreling. And honestly, like this right here, it has the potential to definitely be blown way out of proportion here. The Five of Wands is not necessarily down and dirty fighting. It's more light quarreling, but this here is kind of a recipe for disaster, what I'm seeing in this card. If you don't kind of get it under control. I mean, this whole building could go up in flames, right? Everybody has the potential for getting burnt if this cauldron overflows. What you all build together, the love and emotion of this group, or between the two of you, everybody wants to have a say in it. I'm seeing actually this is the love and emotion between the two of you, this cauldron in the middle, and everybody is throwing their 2 cents in. This isn't being protected. Your relationship is not being protected. So let's just get a clarifier here, group 3, for the overall state of your connection. What is... Can I get a clarifier for the 5 of Wands here? Whatever card comes out wants to be read in the upright. I'm setting that intention now, just so you guys know. Okay, the Seven of Wands. Wow, so there's definitely some fighting going on here. The Seven of Wands is also fighting. It's more intense fighting than this. And I think that's what I was saying, is that this has the potential to grow into this. And you both don't really trust each other. And you don't really trust your motives. I don't know what's going on with their motives whenever I look at this card. You can't really see her face. And he looks pretty vacant. And you got the salamander here that soaks up the sun, right? It's like soaking up the energy of what is around it. It kind of takes on that flavor. So that's kind of maybe made what was an intimate connection feel a little colder. Because I don't necessarily see warmth here. Yeah, this is just the energy of fighting. You guys are fighting. So what are these external influences? This kind of is pretty straightforward. I don't know if you guys, I'm kind of getting the energy of a group, the energy of work, the energy of spirituality. So I don't know if you know this person from a workplace group or from a spiritual group that you're in. Maybe you guys do yoga together. Maybe you go to Bible study together. Maybe you you go to morning chant. This person you could know this person. I feel like there's just a communal vibe. You see this person around the community. You guys share a community in some way or another. So what are these external influences? Work. Work is one. So you guys could work together. There could be codes about how that there are social dynamics that rule how you guys can interact with one another. And also, your workplace goals, right? You each have workplace goals that you're trying to achieve And that is maybe a part of this dynamic as well. You guys could work together. You could know each other from work. Or one of you, you know what I'm saying? Like one of you could be a client or patient. Like if this is from a yoga studio, like you could go to this person's yoga studio. You know? If this is like somebody who is, with temperance here, this could be like AA. You could know this person from like, that AA is Alcoholics Anonymous. There could be some kind of group therapy group or like rehab group that you have met, and this person, like with this Eight of Pentacles energy, they could somehow work for this, or you could. One of you maybe is the therapist there, or something like that. You could have conflicting viewpoints on your recovery plan. So yeah, you have work as one, and then temperance as another one. There could be some major lifestyle differences here between the two of you. And it could be something like if you do have an addiction, this person might still indulge in whatever that addiction is. If it's a sex addiction, maybe you guys have a sexual relationship where they're bringing that up. They're not necessarily being as respectful as they could. If this is an alcohol addiction, maybe this person parties every weekend and it's difficult for you to be around. It's like there's some aspect of your relationship that is very different. And it might be hard for the two of you to balance in your relationship. And just like having the totem of an angel here, and then also in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's an angel that is pouring the fire and water, that's mixing the fire and water there. It's like the two of you could have some kind of opposite expression that works in some way, but you have to put some effort into it. And then the Page of Pentacles. We've had pages. This came out in pile 1 as well. So honestly, maybe one of the other piles resonates with you too, because we've had kind of similar energies. So the Page of Pentacles could literally be a child. This could be somebody's life path. This could be your road to recovery. And you need to stay on a straight and narrow path and stay dedicated and keep your eye on the prize. And you know that you're in it for the long haul, and you're working on building a foundation for yourself. Even if it's not like some kind of recovery, it's some kind of material goal that you have of building the life that you want. You want to live a healthy, balanced life. And you have ideas and a spiritual guidance system of some kind, or a moral guidance system. You have a system of which you're using to guide yourself along your path in order to keep you in line with your values. I mean, Pentacles is all about value, and I'm seeing this as internal value, something that you're passionate about, that you're learning about. It could definitely be that you want to explore a different religion or different value system. There's something about your values that's not quite matching up here, but is somewhat the same. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just clarify these cards really quick. Whoa, too many. Yeah. So just because the central cards here are the core obstacle, that core external influence, it's definitely got something to do with religion or spirituality or some kind of moral guidance system that you have. That's like, I mean, I get super ego. For those of you who are fluent in psychology and psychological terms, the super ego is some kind of a higher power that you have learned and that you use to structure your life and overcome like any lower, nature impulses or drives that could lead you astray in some way. This is a system that you are working to make yourself a better person, to keep yourself on a proper path. This is you trying to find inner peace, inner balance, and work towards your highest self and your highest good. And I don't think that your person is not necessarily doing that. They could be. I mean, this is the energy of gossip, so it's not great to gossip, right? It's not necessarily the healthiest environment. And if this person is some kind of social leader in that group or whatever that is, it's not really a great energy that's being put forth. But I think that person, you're both on some kind of spiritual path. So this is the external influence. One or both of you has a very strong spirituality or religion that influences this connection. And then the Eight of Pentacles here is clarified by the Moon. Again, this could be a therapist. This could be somebody's job involving digging up traumas and things like that. So maybe this person can't stand up for you in gossip situations. They can't actually give their 2 cents because they're bound by the codes of their workplace to protect whatever deep issues you have, or they have, or other people have, or something like that. Or this could be some kind of hidden dynamic between the two of you within the workplace setting. The Eight of Pentacles clarified by the Moon. So yeah, I'm getting that it's like you're trying to do your job, but there's hidden emotion there too. And the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. I'm definitely getting some kind of work energy now with the Pentacles. This is so much Pentacles energy. And the Three of Pentacles is like talking about working together. It can be talking about a group. This is another card talking about a spiritual group or spiritual community. So it's like, you know that you need support, because the Three of Pentacles also talks about having some kind of expertise and being able to use that. It's working within a group in order to accomplish a goal. It's having a lot of work ahead of you and knowing that you are more potent if you work together. And again, that could have to do with you want to have people around you that, or this person does, take the energy how it's resonating. If you need to flip the roles, flip the roles. But it's like, that whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever's caught your eye, whatever you're feeling really passionate about, and you want to build and you want to create, whether this is your own life, whether this is, your own values, or it's something actually tangible in the physical world, you want to have a community around you that's supportive. And that's like not in this gossip fighting kind of an energy. Both of you, I don't think want to fight. And it's so funny because it's almost like the group is stoking the flames of the fire, not the two of you even. But it's like your actions are influenced by this, and they could be painting you as a villain. Oh, I'm just getting this. This group could be painting you like, I'm just noticing her dress. It's like he's in casual clothes. They're outside in the open air, and she's dressed very like elegant and seductive in this red dress. So they could be calling you names. They could be saying that you tried to seduce this person, that you're just trying to seduce this person. You're like the snake leading this person off of their path, and that you have maybe sexual or like some kind of ulterior motive here. That's not nice. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do, but I don't think you do. You seem like a person who's actually pretty moral, like you're concerned about living a healthy, moral life. You guys could work together, but you guys could feel a deep connection with one another here with this card. I'm trying to figure out exactly what this is saying because I almost feel like I'm missing something here. But I do think that you feel a deep connection with something, but it's hard for you to kind of wade through it or get to it because of like a work situation. It feels different in the light of day than it feels inside for both of you, I think. So let's see how this connection, or how these external influences are impacting the connection in like the material world. I just saw the Emperor. Too many. Okay. So you're both pretty standoffish with one another. I feel like you both think that you're right. You're both standing in your power. When I was shuffling, I saw both the King of Pentacles and the Emperor too. And then we've got the King of Swords and the Hierophant. So it's like both of you are just standing in your righteous power. You're, yeah. And one of you, I don't think either one of you are happy about it. Neither one of these people look very happy. They both have like frowns on their faces, but crowns on their heads, and they're both holding their implements. So it's like, you're like, no, I'm right because of this, and no, I'm right because of that. This person could be like, well, if you could only see logic and reason, if you could just cut the emotion out of it, you'd see this. And this person's like, yeah, but you know what? My moral structure and the challenges and struggles that I've gone through, I can't ignore that. That's important, and that's led me to this system, and that's what I'm working. I feel like both of you have higher level knowledge. And I think that this has maybe led to you seeking knowledge. One of you, I feel like, could be seeking knowledge from a higher power. You could be really turning to your tradition to help you deal with this situation. And the other one could be, you know, talking to like a professional. This could be a therapist or highly educated professional. In order to get to the truth, it could be reading books, not just, books by like PhDs with credentials, like trying to get to like some kind of fundamental heart of this. But you're both being very stubborn, very sure of yourselves, standing in like a masculine stance. Both of you are looking forward, and you're not looking at each other. And honestly, there's Taurus energy here, because the King of Swords, I believe, is, no, actually, I think that's Libra energy. I wanted to say Gemini, Taurus. Could be. But there's definitely stubborn energy here. So, and also the Page of Wands. So I think it's each one of you following your own passion and going your own way. Learning about something new. I do think that this is sparked learning. This situation has sparked learning between the two of you. And I do think that it's caused both of you to look at your traditions, your systems, the way that you deal with things. Yeah. Just some clarifying here. Yeah. Just a lot of defensive energy, and both of you trying to find your own wish fulfillment. You're both, to your credit, the both of you are trying to find your own wish fulfillment, and you're taking tangible steps to do that. That's where you guys are similar. You are similar in your approach to life, that you follow your passions, you take what you know and you apply it to your beliefs about life, and you take that and you make that into physical action. Both of you do that. You're really good at doing that. You're not talkers. You're not strictly talkers, the two of you are doers. And that those actions are highly, highly informed. But I am seeing a defensiveness, a stubbornness from both sides here. So I think that's all I've got for you, pile number 3. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know if this pile resonated for you. Do like and comment and subscribe to my channel if you so choose. I hope to see you guys around for my next reading. Bye, guys.